22 years, I've been trying to get the city of Lancaster to not only acknowledge the fact that there's a problem with wrong-way traffic on one-way street, the 200 block of Beaver Street, which you're seeing right now, but also to realize that by the city not having proper signage and proper enforcement of the laws, nobody pays any attention to it. So this is going to be about 6 minutes, and in this 6 minutes, you're going to see two cars going the wrong way on a one-way street. You're going to see pedestrians who are in the middle of the street, people, walkers in the middle of the street, people on bicycles in the middle of the street, and two little boys who I'd say are probably about 7 or 8 years old who almost get hit. And the person who almost hit them is local, because I watched him park his vehicle, take out his lunch bag, and walk down to the 300 block of Beaver Street. He knows that this is a one-way street, or he's even a bigger moron than I'm giving him credit for being. So, watch this, city officials, and do something to right what I've been telling you about for 22 years. There is no signage or improper signage, and there is no enforcement by the city police department of a street that is behind a school, has two-way traffic all day long, on the average of one car going the wrong direction every 44 minutes. I've sent you hundreds of videos, probably half as many pictures, and you don't do anything about it. Here's a woman walking up the street, not the sidewalk. I've explained to the city every year for 22 years that people in this block do not walk on the sidewalk. They walk in the street. And at the intersection of Conestoga and Beaver Street, if a vehicle comes westbound on Beaver Street, like that car just did right there, and turns into that was Conestoga Street, and they turn into Beaver Street, there's no way they can see somebody walking in the street. This is an easily rectified problem, and the city has shown total apathy. 3 different administrations have been informed about this on an annual basis. I've copied the press on it. The press has not done anything. I've copied city officials, city leadership, the chamber, all the different organizations in the city, and nobody has done a thing. Now you're seeing a man coming down the street with a walker, in the street, not on the sidewalk. And the reason that nobody walks down the sidewalk is the sidewalk on the east side of the street is uneven to the point that it's painful for a lot of people to walk on it, and it ends in the side of our building. The reason people don't walk on the other side of the sidewalk is the majority of people who are walking up here are walking to Save-A-Lot, the local grocery store, and it happens to be on the east side of the street. So shortest distance between two things is a straight line. So if you're walking up one side of the street, you're not going to cross over to the other side to walk up the street safely. Right now, you'll see a Ford Escape that's turning left into the 300 block of Beaver Street. That's going to be your next offender. And very shortly, you're going to see some more pedestrian traffic. And you're going to see the guy in the Ford Escape come back up from Beaver Street, or 300 block of Beaver Street, because he probably couldn't find a parking space. And he decides, I'm going to take the easy route and go in and endanger 2 little boys' lives. There's kids riding bicycles down Conestoga right in the middle of the street, which they should be on the street, not the sidewalk, because that is the law, even though the city of Lancaster never enforces that. And here we have boy riding his bicycle down the street, actually in the proper direction. And another boy walking down the street, in the middle of the street. Now, cars coming down the streets, the boys get up on the sidewalk, but they immediately return to the street, because that's what everybody in this neighborhood does. Now we've got a boy on a bike and a boy walking down Beaver Street. Stop for a little bicycle on-street maintenance. Now we're going to run down the street backwards, skip to the intersection, and there's the guy in the Ford Escape. Look how close he comes to these kids. Mayor Sirachi, city officials, time to get your head out of your ass.